We're going in just a tad bit early, but here we are, live on a Monday night, kicking off Season 7 with a special guest in the house. And I can't hear you now.
That's because I didn't come off mute. You didn't tell. Dano, I got your feed. I see everything. What is up, dude? This is awesome.
We're actually live. Let me tell you, this is we're only 4 minutes late, but we're here. And
damn,
I can't believe it.
Dude, I can't believe this is working. This is so. I'm sorry, I'm ruining your show. I'm just so excited that all this is working. We've been trying for 45 minutes to get this thing to work. We thought it wasn't going to work. It's working. Okay, I'll shut up. Do your intro, Dano.
Man. You're good. Hey, tonight we got a special show. Normally Casey's with us, but our former co-host and the host of his own show now, Duct Tape Dynasty, the patriarch, the matriarch, whatever he is.
Sure.
The gunslinger's in the house. So I'm Coach and I'm with
the gunslinger.
And we are
Faithletic The Podcast. I don't know if we're on time on that, but I'm still thrilled, man. How are you, Dano?
I'm good, man. It's good to see you.
Dude, okay. I'm screaming into the mic. I'm so excited. Thank you for having me back. Yeah. You gave me my podcast start. You taught me all there is to know about podcasting. Now you're going to have to teach me how to do this because I am not this fancy on my podcast. I can't figure out how to send my feed to the folks I have on the stream. I can see you. I can see your feed. Everything's working, man.
I don't know why you aren't receiving my audio, which is kind of weird because when I did it last night, I tested it. It worked fine. Everything worked fine. Now, the only difference is I used it from my iPhone instead of you were trying to do it from your laptop.
You know what? I'm getting your whole feed. Like, I see the whole OBS Faithletic logo up in the corner. I see myself down. So I think what it is, since you weren't live, it wasn't pushing this feed to me because OBS wasn't pushing anything yet.
Maybe.
And so now that you got OBS pushing it, I see it. So anyway, dude, I am so excited to be here. I'm sad Casey's not on, but thank you for asking me to come back, man.
He could, if he wanted to, he could text me if he's listening, and I'll send him the link, and we can pull him right in because we've done this with multiple guests.
Sure.
When everything is firing on all cylinders. Now, we got a little blessed and fortunate tonight that everything started working, so that helps.
Hey, right on time.
And guess what? Everything is fed into OBS because I can't tell you how many times in the last year, Josh, where I have gone 20 minutes into the show and there's no outgoing audio. None.
Oh, yeah.
20 minutes. And it resets itself in OBS to default, and it defaults nothing. It's just nothing going out. So we're sitting there talking for 20 minutes, and I've lost some really good audio because I failed to check it right before we go on the air. And I didn't check it right before we went on the air, but I checked it about 20 minutes ago, and all the settings were right. And this time it didn't reset itself. So we're here.
We're here. We're live. Everything's working. Dude, I'm so excited. So what are we...
I've got one thing in here. Hope I don't lose you. Okay, good. I had one thing in there that was kind of weird. I had to get rid of it, so... Oh, wait, that's not me. That's KC. Okay, that's why it's weird. Okay. All right. So how you been, man?
Man, I'm good. Busy as all get out with work, but work is good, and I'm thankful for it. You know, it was tough there for a while, but through many prayers by yourself and many others, it paid off, and so things are good. How about yourself? You doing okay?
Well, as you know, I've been going through a stormy season right now, but I mean, God is good, and we're navigating through it. I just all I can say.
Yeah.
You know, we've lost my mom, which most people had heard that a couple of weeks ago when we were on the show. So she was 98, but she lived a good life, and she didn't suffer a whole lot. She had a massive stroke, but she stayed with us for 8 days. Afterwards. But she had a good life, and up until the last few days, her mind was sharp. You know, there's some struggles she had that most people knew about. She had macular degeneration and
Oh yeah.
macular degeneration, and couldn't hear very well. But the weird thing was, and I guess it was just kind of the Lord allowing us to have that time, her hearing came back. She didn't need a hearing aid. She could hear us there for a few days. She was responding. She couldn't talk because the stroke had left her unable to speak, but she could hear us, which was really weird. Yeah. So.
Okay. But 98 years, she got a full life in. That's for sure.
And she turned 98. Let's see, that was when 4 days after her stroke. So she was.
Oh man.
Yeah. So we were actually planning a party for her on that Saturday, which she turned 98. She had the stroke on Tuesday, and then we still had a party for her in a room. So
yeah,
she was not. I don't know how much of it she comprehended because we had really one good day with her, which was the day before, where she was communicating with us through. She was trying to write on a tablet or audio or video or sit kind of like sign language, but it was more or less thumbs up, thumbs down, things like that. And we figured out that there was two things she told us she wanted. And she wanted her walker, which she couldn't walk very well, and she wanted her phone. Well, there's two things she couldn't do. She couldn't walk right now because the left side of her body was paralyzed, and she couldn't talk.
Yeah.
But she wanted her phone and her walker.
Okay.
And when I told her she couldn't have her walker, she did manage to tell. She said, "Why?" And I said, "Well, Mom, you can't walk right now. I'm sorry, but you can't."
Stubborn to the end.
Oh my gosh! But still maintained her sense of humor. And on that Friday, she got tickled over. Her brother was kind of messing with her, and she was trying to write on the tablet with the pen, and her brother, who is about 18 years younger than her, by the way, clicked the pen so she couldn't write, and it was messing with her, and she got so tickled over that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But the nurses medicated her that Friday night. We told them not to, give her a little bit of something to allow her rest because she was trying to get out of bed. And didn't want her getting up. So we had given her some anxiety medication, and we instructed them to do that, but don't give her any morphine. And they gave her morphine, and she never really recovered from that. I mean, she didn't take to it very well. She never really came out of it. But anyway,
yeah. Gosh.
Got the opportunity to officiate her graveside service.
I
did a eulogy in her funeral service, so I got to honor her a couple of different times there.
Yeah. We had Mary's mom's funeral not all that long ago. She did the eulogy in that, and wow, it was impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, wow. So, and I was really sad, and I know we talked on the phone that I couldn't be there for your mom's just due to the new job, but. Anyway,
we're there.
Yeah,
we knew you were there. We felt you, and
your
church is amazing. You're part of that community, and
the old.
And I get a chance to brag on them. I mean, I had 3 of the church pastors call me minutes after she passed, minutes. So
man,
yeah, I mean, just including our senior pastor and our associate pastor and our kids pastor, and just. I was so humbled to have that kind of support.
Yeah, that was a great church. I mean, we went there when we were up in Enid, and that's where I got my my start in production. I was running cameras and stuff out there, and so I loved it.
So Dave's still running that when you were there?
Yep. Yeah, I was working for Dave, and yep. Yeah, he taught me, and then now obviously I do it here, and
well, I was referring to our church now, but you're right, you were part of that church at one point in time when you lived there in Enid. So they have got an incredible pastor there now. He is a maybe not quite as energetic level of our current pastor here at Together We, But
it's tough to be that energetic.
They're cut from the same cloth.
Okay.
They are, and there were parts. He and I had met on Saturday before her services, and I actually got a chance to plan the whole services. So this is what I want done, and the timing, and how what I want the songs, and of course my mom had some stuff written out that she wanted.
Yep.
And there was one. He asked me about a story, and I said, look, I was going to do this, but this is probably one I'm not going to be able to do without just losing it. And he and I played off each other really well. I came out and did the eulogy. We did a video, and then after the video, he came up and did a message, and whatever I said and couldn't get to, he played off of those things, and it was very, very orchestrated, and I love, and it was right from the heart. It was really good. So he told the story I had, and I really didn't know if I could do it or not. I held myself up pretty good. In fact, I thought I did really well, but I don't know if that story. I don't know if I could have told and gotten through it. So thankfully, he told that story for me and did really well. So.
Good deal.
Yeah. Anyway.
Good deal. Yeah.
Exciting time. I mean, first of all, you and I have not really discussed. It's been a few months, but we have a world title in Oklahoma City. How about that?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, that was, NBA champions, incredible. Yeah. I'm sad but glad that I didn't go to the parade because it was 4,000 degrees, but. I had the opportunity to go and didn't, but, well, whatever.
Who'd have thunk it?
It's, yeah. So, good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big NBA guy, but it's the first time I've been in a town that's brought a world championship to town, so that's...
Same here.
That was pretty cool. Pretty cool.
It was exciting and put kind of Oklahoma City on the map, and look, I've said this many times because as a Dallas Cowboy fan, I made a comment in 1995 to my Dallas Cowboy brethren, you better enjoy this one. And I looked like a prophet because I knew that the wall was crumbling because I had inside information of what was going on in Dallas and inside the Dallas Cowboy community. And I said, you better enjoy this one because we're not going to see another one in our lifetime. And I've been right. I've been 30 years right. So
yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like it's going anytime soon, unfortunately. It's
so Oklahoma City, all I guess I'm segueing into is Oklahoma City enjoy this because you hope you see another one, but if you don't, cherish this one. Because
absolutely.
Another one. We thought we were going to get one in 10 years ago, and it didn't work out either, so...
Yeah.
However long it was, 13 years.
Yeah, I had a lot higher expectations in that finals than I did in these finals, and the opposite happened both times. So, hey, whatever. We still got a championship here, for World Championship trophy. Pretty cool. Yeah, exciting stuff.
Absolutely. But anyway, we're getting ready to kick off football season, so I thought maybe this would be a good opportunity. I will be out next week. So I know we're a little early on the NFL picks, but quite honestly, nothing's going to change in a week. So I thought we get 5 games from the pros, 5 games from college. Casey and I have not done our top 10 pro college football pairings or playoff pairings, and I don't know if we have time to do that tonight, but. I can't remember. I have it written down here somewhere, but I think he had. Gosh, I can't even remember who he had in the Super Bowl. I will tell you, he didn't have the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
Really?
Nope. I think it was Buffalo and Detroit. That's
wow.
Who I had. Or did I have Cincinnati and Detroit? I can't remember. But I had Detroit in the NFC side, and I think I had Cincinnati, and he had Buffalo. If I remember right. Is that or Baltimore? I can't remember. But
I'm surprised he didn't have the Chiefs in there. I mean, that's the big one.
He didn't have them in I think he had them in the AFC Championship game, but he had them losing. in the
Wow.
NFC. Yeah, I was shocked. I almost fell out of on my seat here at the Faithletic Sports Palace
Yeah, let's
Studios.
see.
But,
Gosh.
yeah, I mean, because KC, if you guys hearing this for the first time, and our co-host here, regular co-host, is very homered at Kansas City Chiefs. Very homered.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
like
he's the most homered
unbelievably.
guy. He's not annoyingly homered, but he is homered. The most homered guy you'll ever meet. Homered.
Definitely.
You're homered.
Sure. Yeah, it is now. It is now. Now he does have a lot of teams. It's a rotating.
He does.
But Kansas City has been solid for long enough that that's been his team for a while now, and definitely is a homer for them.
He's a homer for the Chiefs, and he's a Bears fan, and he's a White Sox fan, and a Nebraska Cornhusker fan, and an Illinois Hawkeyes fan. And I think
whoever's winning.
Royals fan, and he's got a few teams. As we all do have kind of secondary teams, but it's the Cowboys, and then whatever the flavor of the month is. I think right now my second favorite team will probably be Detroit, but Dan Campbell's wearing on me, so I don't know if that continues or not, but he's wearing on me a little bit.
All right, fair enough. Mine was, I'm obviously a Charger fan because I was born in San Diego, and then they, broke my heart and went to LA, but whatever. Still a Chargers fan, and then I decided I better pick another team because the Chargers stink all the time. And so, and I did the same thing in baseball with the Padres. But I picked the the Arizona Cardinals as my alternate team, and so now it's really a matter of who's the worst because neither of them are any good. And then my alternate team for baseball, and I know we're not talking baseball, but is the Boston Red Sox, and that's served me pretty well. But it is what it is. Yeah, Padres are doing all right now, finally, for a while. So Padres are my number one, but they stunk for so long. I had to pick another one so I could enjoy some form of baseball. And so I picked Boston. This was when I was living up in Montana, and it served me well. They've won championships and whatnot, and I, just like KC, when they're winning, I'm claiming them as my team.
Sure.
So.
So you mentioned the other day the America's team, the Gambler and his Cowboys, and you have had an opportunity to observe. How many episodes have you seen?
So the first 4 episodes I really, really watched. Now, there's 8 total episodes, which blows me away.
Yes.
Because, it doesn't take long for them to win their Super Bowls, and then there's still quite a few episodes left. So I'm interested to see. I've kind of faded away. I watched the first, like I said, 4 really closely, and then kind of as Barry Switzer has taken over, I've started, I might get up and get a snack in the middle of the thing and not pause it and that kind of thing. So, but I tell you, it's good, and as I've said, and we know all too well, Jerry. Although he built that team and made it what it is, he did some incredible things to just turn over what the NFL is, really. He also has been the nemesis for that team because he's also made the dumbest choices that have cost that team so much, and now it really shows as he's gotten older and older. It's getting worse and worse.
Watching that show enlighten you more on the problems of the Cowboys?
It enlightens you that Jerry's the problem.
Yeah. There's 2 very distinctive, and I saw all 8, by the way. I kind of binge watched it. Now,
you did watch it? Okay.
I didn't do it in one day, but over probably 3 days, I watched all 8 episodes. And there wasn't anything in there that I didn't already know. And I've said before, I had a friend who was closely associated with the Dallas Cowboy program back in the 90s. And when they won their Super Bowls. So I saw this coming. So I had insider information, if you can say. But there were 2 things that stood out to me and one of them you already know. He's unwilling to unrelinquish the general manager role as the Cowboys, and that's number one, and it's always been number one. But the other one was interesting. Do you remember what his dad told him when he bought the Cowboys, what he needed to do to be successful?
No, I don't remember the quote, but as soon as you say it, I'll go, oh, yeah.
He told him you'll need to do everything with smoke and mirrors and get a few wires going, too.
Okay, well, I don't remember that. Yeah. But maybe...
It explains it because he's been feeding all the Dallas Cowboy fans a line of bull for the last 30 years. It is the, if you wanted to just get outside the box of, hey, it's Jerry's fault. Okay, well, we know that, but why? What motivates him? And then the pieces falling together. He doesn't need to win championships because he's the most valued franchise in the world. He doesn't need to. And he's done it with smoke and mirrors. There's never going to be an owner of a franchise ever that will be able to do what he did. To be that successful financially without winning than Jerry has, and you got to give him.
Yeah, him as a businessman, it definitely shows that he is a solid businessman in that documentary. I mean, his move when he said, "Yeah, NFL, I know you said we have to go with your sponsorship deals, but heck with you, I'm doing my own thing." Yeah. And I mean, that changed the face of the NFL. That really, because like they said in the documentary, it was kind of a gentleman's club of really, really rich guys. Yes. And then it became a business. And really, I mean, he was the genesis of that.
And does that shed a little light on what the conspiracy theory I've been saying all along, that the owners have banded against him to make sure that he doesn't win another one?
Well, they definitely don't like him. Yes. And that is very clear. Yes. Very clear. Yes. Yeah, I mean, it didn't take long for that to come out. Jeez. I got to finish watching it, though. It has been good, and I'll say anybody out there who hasn't seen it, I'm not remotely a Cowboys fan. In fact, I enjoy seeing them do terrible because of mainly our group chat and your inputs, but I'll tell you, it's a captivating documentary, and I've enjoyed it so far.
There's another one that, I know you're not a big wrestling fan, but there's one out there with the WWE has called Unreal.
Yes, I've heard that's really good.
It's good. I was hoping KC would be on tonight so we could discuss it, because he's as much of a wrestling fan as I am, except his is more modern day, and mine is more, 70s, 80s, old school wrestling style. And I, although I think the program is done really well, it's a good show. I don't like how it's exposing everything. Look, people who don't like wrestling aren't going to like it anymore by watching this.
Like it? Does it make them like it less?
Huh? I don't think they're going to like it anymore. They may like the show, but they're not going to like wrestling, because the reason they don't only like wrestling is because it's scripted and choreographed and all that. And this basically even takes it further.
Oh, really?
It goes deep dive into, and I'm not, call me old school. I think there's some things that need to be done behind the curtain, and this exposes behind the curtain. And but it is interesting, and I am hooked on watching it, but I don't like the fact where it's, I don't like kind of like watching a movie, you don't like the ending, but you like the movie. That's the deal. I like the movie, but don't like the ending.
My guess is there was a pretty large bag of cash attached to that documentary for Vince McMahon. You know who I'm sure Netflix paid prime dollar for that. Is it Vince?
No.
No, who is it?
In all these documentary type shows.
Is it Peyton Manning? Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Yeah, that guy. You want to talk about a businessman? Yeah. Holy cow! Yeah, I mean his whole he's taken over the world. Him and McAfee, they're kind of competing on taking over the world. But as far as production, yeah, I mean Manning's got his fingers in every pie out there, and he does great work. I mean his whole Peyton's Places there on the NFL or ESPN or whatever that's on, that was phenomenal. And yeah, it's. His name appears on a lot of things, so that doesn't surprise me. I didn't know that, but it doesn't surprise me. So.
I mean, I didn't either until I saw his name flash up. Executive producer Peyton Manning. I go, what? And he's got more stuff going too. I mean, he's getting ready.
That guy's got to be. I wonder what his net worth is now. I mean, he made quite a big bag of cash playing for the NFL, but he's got to be making so much more money now than he ever did in the NFL. I mean, with the production company and all those things that like you said, he's involved in this. Shoot, because he had nothing to do with wrestling, but by God, his name's on it. That's cool. Good for him. Good for him. I mean, he does good work, so keep it up.
I'm Googling his net worth right now. And sometimes this is not even accurate, so.
Him and Taylor Swift are probably.
Oh my gosh! Don't even get me going.
America's Cup. Speaking of, how many?
250 million.
That's it.
Yeah.
I was sure. Wow, I was sure he was over $1 billion by now.
Maybe this changes. With all this new stuff going on, I'm curious. So, do you know who has been the most successful former NFL player in the history of NFL? Not during, but after his playing years.
Okay, well, I mean, if I go with recency bias, I'm gonna go. There's Manning and McAfee's taking over the world now, but I'm sure it's not one of those two. Let me think here. I'm going to say, well, it's not him, but Joe Montana.
No. This
Go for it. Who is it?
A net worth of over $700 million.
Who is it?
Roger Staubach.
Oh my gosh. That man is Captain America. Didn't he? I mean, he went Navy. He was from Navy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's Captain America. If there's a such thing as Captain America.
While he was still playing for the Cowboys, and he unloaded that thing in 2008 for $613 million.
Jeez. So he's not hurting. Oh, man.
$700 million. Most successful former NFL player in history.
That is insane.
After his playing career.
That is insane. I mean, and you've got the polar opposites. Now, not everybody in the NFL is making millions, although, anybody who watches the NFL, that's what highlights is the millionaires, and those are the good players. They make prime dollar. Mm-hmm. But a lot of those guys don't make prime dollar. Still make great money. Yeah. But after the fact, they go completely broke. Because they don't have that income, but they have a lifestyle that requires that level of income. And so it's amazing that you've got, two ends of the spectrum, guys going completely broke and stocking grocery shelves, and then guys making $700 million.
Yeah,
Holy cow.
I'm trying to Google what his salary was, but I'll bet you he didn't make $100,000 a year.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he was playing way back. I'm seeing if I can find a different Peyton Manning net worth. Peyton Manning may not be worth all that much because he's reinvesting every dollar he makes.
$160,000 is what he made his final year in the NFL.
Wow. Oh, my gosh.
His rookie year, he made $25,000.
Okay, so according to Forbes, Peyton Manning had $400 million in total earnings at the time of his retirement. That's all I've got. He made $400 million with his. Which brought his. Okay, so that's including endorsements and things like that.
Yeah.
Nike, DirecTV, Papa John's. $400 million was his earnings when he left the NFL. So who knows what he's worth now with all his.
It could be half a billion.
Yeah, I mean, either way, he's not hurting.
No.
He's not hurting.
No. Good for him.
So.
Good for him.
Yeah. He's putting out good products. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, and he's a funny guy. I mean, when he's been on the Country Music Awards with Brad Paisley, and he's hosted those awards before. So he's a funny dude. He's funny.
Oh, he is. He's hilarious. He's hosted the ESPYs. His Hall of Fame speech was great.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, he's a great guy. Seems like a cool dude. I mean, everything you hear about him is he's a pretty good guy as well. So rock and roll, go for it, Peyton.
Absolutely. Okay. Gosh, we kind of got some of the not so impertinent stuff. Well, you want to get into picks? Have you looked at them?
I looked at the list, but you're gonna have to remind me because it's all on my phone, which I'm now broadcasting from or coming to you from. So.
Let's see here. All right.
Did KC send his picks in?
He did not.
Oh, come on.
I'll get them later.
Okay.
So we got 10 games. So those are joining us for the first time. Games of the week. We generally pick 5 college games, 5 pro games, and sometimes when there's some really solid games, we may pick a couple extra, like 6 and 6, and have 12 games. But we've done this just about every year for the last 5 years, whatever. And incidentally, I said that at the top of the show, this is the 7th season for Faithletic The Podcast. So
that's incredible. Congratulations, by the way.
That when we were on Crossover Radio, but we were part of that crossover network, and we were the OT with DB and whoever I had at the time. So and there was 2 years there, and then Casey and I broke apart from Crossover Radio 7 years ago, basically, and started this whole thing. So,
do you still every once in a while on your intro say Crossover Radio? I know.
I haven't done it in a long time.
Okay, so it's going away slowly, but
I haven't done it in over a year probably. I want to because it was really a good intro, and it set it up, and I still can't quite get the rhythm down with Faithletic, but it's working. It's kind of working.
Yeah, I've got my little intro that, I mean, I don't know if it's any good for my show, but it's what I'm going with, so what the heck.
I mean, I have threatened for a long time to do a pre-recorded intro, so it's the same every time, but I just haven't gotten around to it and haven't scripted it yet, but ultimately that's my plan.
Very nice.
Yep.
I like it.
Yep, they'll have the music I want, and I'll say what I want to say and that kind of thing. So anyway, okay, so and what we do is we keep track of these every week. If one of us isn't on the show, then we'll text in our picks, and at the end of the year, we get more slanted towards the spreads, although we don't do that during the regular season, but when we get around playoff time, we incorporate the spreads into our picks. So it's just straight up, who wins, who loses.
Yep.
No over-unders, none of that. But so 5 games this week, and we'll just start at the top. You're just going to have to wing it. And I need to find my sheet because I can't I have to write them.
Your phone's in use.
I got to write them on something. Hold on a second.
Yeah. Oh, go for it. So I know we got Oklahoma State is coming up on one of them. So OSU and OU, being from Oklahoma, we always do those. And of course, first week of the season, a lot of these teams, including OSU and OU, they schedule the high school teams to come in and lose to them, just so they look good to at least start the season. So the picks may not be that difficult, but there's always some upsets that happen, right? So I guess we'll see. We'll see.
I got to find a pen that works. Hold on.
Yeah, you keep going. So I'm looking at them here on NCAA. The games start tomorrow. college football. I mean, yeah, 6:30 Central Time. That's 7:30 on the East Coast. 4:30 on West Coast. So, let's see. What do we have? So, okay, I'll just name the games that are going tomorrow. Not really any, barn burners, but Boise State, South Florida, Lafayette, Bowling Green, Ohio and Rutgers, Wyoming and Akron, St. Francis and ULM, East Carolina and NC State, Jacksonville versus UCF, Delaware. I guess I should say at. So Delaware State at Delaware. So there you go. I guess that's probably kind of a rivalry thing. Elon at Duke. Don't even know who Elon is. Maybe.
Oh yeah, Elon is. They were quite the NAIA powerhouse back in the mid 80s. They took over kind of when UCO fell off in the 80s.
Okay.
They won it the year that we got upset. In the my last year at UCO, we lost that game at the last 30 seconds. Elon we didn't play Elon, but Elon was on the opposite end of the bracket. If we would have won, if we'd kept winning, we'd have played him in the championship game. And they
my
4 titles back in the mid to late 80s, early 80s.
So my alma mater, here's a little college football story. I haven't got to tell on your show. I told it on mine. But my alma mater, I went to Montana State University in Bozeman, Montana, right? So beautiful place. But the college football team always just absolutely stunk. I mean, we were abysmal. We didn't even belong on the field. We lost almost every game. It was terrible. Well, my son, who had never even been to Montana. Well, he went to Montana one time because we were supposed to go to Disney. It was 2020, and COVID happened, so we ended up going to Montana instead to go skiing. He fell in love with snowboarding. So this kid was born in England, grew up in Oklahoma, went to Montana one time, and decided, I'm going to live here. And so now he goes to Montana State. Last year, the Montana State Bobcats, which now is his team and my alma mater, went undefeated, 12-0. And I was there. I flew out for the Cat Grizz game, which is the bedlam of Montana. And we won that game, standing there with my kid to go 12-0. He rushes the field. Unbelievable. And they went on, they get to the championship game and lost. It's like, golly, man. It was going to be a storybook, man. But anyway, nonetheless, it was still great. It was awesome being there. I mean, getting to my kid's first ever Cat Grizz game. Again, that's our bedlam. And I was there with him, and it happens to be this season, first time ever in the school's history, we go 12-0. He rushes the field. It was so cool. So cool. And we actually got to on my little Duct Tape Dynasty show, we got to interview one of the coaches the day before the game, the safeties coach, who is now I think just the assistant coach for the team. And man, that was a great interview. This guy did not owe us anything, but he gave us, 45 minutes of just undivided attention the day before the biggest game of the school's history. 2 guys from, whatever. Anyway, pretty cool. Sorry, went off on a tangent there, but anyway. All right, so what do we got there, Dano?
Games here. All right, so we're going to start on the college side. So the first game up is Auburn at Baylor. Who do you like?
Ooh. Oh, no. I don't know anything about either of them. You know what? I'm watching that SEC show that's also on Netflix, probably produced by Peyton Manning. Mm-hmm. I'm going to just say Auburn, whatever, because I just watched the show about them. So I'm taking Auburn.
Yeah, that's probably a reasonable pick, and I think I'm going to agree with you, but just because even though they're on the road, it is Auburn, and I don't think Baylor, although Baylor is one of the top 3 teams in the Big 12 this year, so they could, pull an upset there, but I tend to agree with you. I don't see them matching against Auburn, truthfully. All right, next one is Georgia Tech at Colorado.
Georgia Tech, Colorado. Old Neon Dion, not too well. Is it that team? Is it the Buffaloes?
Yep.
Is it Dion's team? Anyway, give me the other one. Not Colorado.
You want Georgia Tech?
Yep, I want Georgia Tech.
You know what? I'm gonna go against the grain here and go with Colorado just because I like Dion. By the way, did you hear him in the Cowboys documentary?
Yep.
He's pretty good.
Yeah. No, I'll say that was, although Jerry paid way too much for him, that was a good move by Jerry, and it paid off.
He won another Super Bowl.
Yep, it paid off. It worked.
Probably wouldn't have won it without him.
That was the last good move Jerry made.
Yep. Well, it was good. It wrecked them for 5 more years. But you're right. They wouldn't have had that other Super Bowl without him.
Yeah, in terms of championships. Yeah. Now there's a whole other story with business acumen, but
business end of it because it gutted the team. Alabama at Florida State. I'll go off this one first. I expect that Florida State. I'm going to go with them on this game. I don't know. I just think that, and I don't know anything about what their personnel is. I just think they're due a big win after that 2 years ago getting bumped out of the playoffs, not getting a chance to play in the playoffs, and then in the year after that, or it was last year, where they just completely crumbled early and often. But I just think they're going to have a bounce back. So I'm going to go with Florida State in this one.
Okay, you know what? It's hard to bet against Bama, even though Nick Saban is not there anymore. Not near the same team it was, but still give me Bama, whatever. I'll take them.
Okay. LSU Tigers at Clemson.
Ooh. Oh. LSU. I don't want to pick them, but I'm taking LSU.
You know what? Look, I'm probably going to go like 0 for nothing this week, but I love me some Dabo Swinney, and I don't like picking against him because I love him, and I don't know what kind of personnel they have this year. I haven't studied it, but I know that LSU's always good, and Brian Kelly. Is it Brian Kelly? Yeah, Brian Kelly.
Yeah.
He should have them up and running, but I got a feeling Clemson's going to win this one, so I'm going to go with.
Clemson has been. Yeah, that's not a bad pick.
All right, and then the game of the week, noon on Saturday, the mighty Texas Longhorns against the Ohio State defending national champion Buckeyes. It's a tough one to pick.
Give me Manning. Give me Manning. We talked about his uncle or whatever, so give me Manning in Texas. Give me Longhorns.
He's going with Texas. I'm going to go with Ohio State.
Okay.
I just don't see him beating them up there.
It's going to be tough.
I would not bet against them at home, but in this case, I think I'm going to go. And they are underdogs, by the way.
I'm not confident in that pick. I'll say that.
That makes no sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Well.
So those are 5 college games. I picked some pretty tough ones here in the pros. So week 1 NFL, which is not this Sunday or this Thursday when it kicks off, a week from tomorrow. But we're going a week ahead of time because I don't see much changing, truthfully, unless somebody drops in practice. And I give both of you and myself the right to rescind up until Friday. Let's just call it can rescind. But the first game, Baltimore Ravens at the Buffalo Bills.
That one is tough.
It is a tough one.
I mean, battle of the MVPs. Give me Josh Allen. Give me Josh Allen at home, Buffalo. I love him. It's a pick because I want him to win. I think that game is even.
I'm gonna side with you on this one because I can't stand Baltimore Ravens.
Why can't you stand the Baltimore Ravens? Is it because of Harbaugh?
No, not really. Because I like the Harbaughs. It's just maybe it was because of their former coach and Ray Lewis, and I don't know.
Oh, boy, that Ray Lewis thing, man.
I just and look, if we have time here, man, I'll tell you something about Ray Lewis, and we'll also incorporate another NFL player. But
I'd really like to do the old, I know we've said it a few times on the show or referenced it, the truth serum thing. I would really like 3 hours in some truth serum with Ray Lewis. I want to know what happened that night. Yeah, I want to know what happened. I mean, his outfit's gone, you know, all this stuff, but
he had something to do with it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Anyway.
All right, Minnesota at Chicago. Too bad our counterpart here is not available because the Chicago Bears like his second favorite team. Part of me wants to pick Chicago because of Ben Johnson, but I don't know if he's going to get off to the sweet spot that everybody thinks he is. So I'm going to go with Minnesota in this one.
You know, Monday night matchup, first Monday night of the game of the year. On my show, Duct Tape Dynasty, we have a large contingent, which includes all of my wife's family, of Minnesota fans. But that aside, I have zero faith in Caleb Williams. I think he's an absolute flop. And so give me the Vikings and J.J. McCarthy all day long.
Just remember that he was crying like a baby against Oklahoma State about 4 years ago or 3 years ago.
Yep.
Like a baby.
Yep.
Detroit at Green Bay. I'll let you take this one
first. Am I picking that one first? Is that what you said?
Detroit at Green Bay.
Easy pick, Detroit.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. It wouldn't totally shock me if Green Bay wins because you don't know which Jordan Love's going to show up, but I still think that Detroit's much better. Now, what you're going to have to, or going to be the better team, what you're going to have to keep a close eye on is how's Dan Campbell without his two cracker assistants. How's that going to work out for them? So it'll be interesting to see. I mean, we all, you know, as at being a coach myself, you're really as good as your player and only as good as your coaching staff, and you can't do it alone. And I don't know how much. And look, I think he's a really good football coach. Don't get me wrong, but Ben Johnson was probably the best assistant in the NFL last year. And I know I just went against him, but I just don't see him having that much success early on.
Well, he doesn't have a good team regardless. You know, you can only do so much.
Yeah. I mean, so anyway, I agree with you. All right, let's here goes your team. I want to say San Diego, but it's the Los Angeles Chargers hosting the Kyle Cook Chiefs. KC Chiefs.
You know, come on. You know, I know it's my team, but I am a realist. I am not a homer like Casey is, and so Kansas City's going to win the game.
I'm going to go with the Chargers.
I like it. Thank you. I hope they win, but I have little faith in Harbaugh. I have a lot of faith in Herbert, but little faith in Harbaugh.
Got to give him a shot. He's been to the Super Bowl.
With Kaepernick.
Yeah, well.
I mean,
and he's won a national championship in football, in college football, which I know is different. But
with the cheating scandal.
Yeah, well, who isn't?
Everybody's doing it. So, anyway, that's another great documentary out there. Anyway.
All right, in the last game, but the first game of the season, my Dallas Cowboys against the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm going to let you take this one first.
You know, I hope Dallas wins just to give you, sorry, Dan, just to give you a little bit of hope for the season, but I have zero confidence in that team. And so Philadelphia coming off a Super Bowl win, they continue to roll and they just stomp Dallas.
Okay, so when I was a few weeks ago before the season started, I thought, you know, I'm optimistic about this change at the coaching staff, and I liked what I heard with Schottenheimer. I was a fan of his dad's. I always liked
Me too.
Marty.
Me too.
And he's got to have a little of that in him. And I thought, okay, all right. And then I started watching the preseason, and I thought, this is the same old Cowboys. Nothing's changed.
Yep.
But I also, knowing the Cowboys as I do, when their backs are absolutely positively against the wall, they somehow figure out a way to win. And I'll give you an example. A couple of years ago in Tom Brady's last season with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, He comes to Dallas and just throttles the Cowboys on opening day. Throttles them in Dallas. Fast forward to divisional playoff round in Tampa Bay. Cowboys don't get a chance, aren't even considered, and Dallas whops them like 28-0. So I didn't think then they was going to win the game. I'm not even sure I'm not half crazy, but for whatever reason, I just have this feeling, and it doesn't change my overall thought of the Cowboys for the season, by the way. But I think they're going to win this Thursday. I'm going to pick them.
Okay. I want to know, and I know it's not my show, but I'm going to ask. You don't have to answer. Mm-hmm. What do you think the overall record of Dallas is at the end of the season?
7.
And do they make the playoffs?
7-10. That's what they were last year.
Okay.
I don't think they're going to be any better than they were last year. 8-9 best at best.
That's what I give the Chargers. 8-9.
Yeah.
Maybe 9-8.
Yeah. Yeah. But, and truthfully, I had them. We did our ranking positions, our divisional winners and playoffs a couple weeks ago. Casey and I did, and I had them being third. I'm not quite so sure they're going to get the third because
Dallas.
I think the Giants are going to be improved, and
I tell you that Jackson Dart guy.
Yeah.
He's got something. I don't know if it's enough.
Wilson too, and he's going to provide some stability for that team, and they haven't had it at quarterback in a while. Look, what you want to say about him? He still has he can still play. I'd take him over Aaron Rodgers right now.
Yeah, I tell you what, I was hoping that Pittsburgh against New York was going to be one of the games, because talk about a revenge game, him going against his old team. I don't know. But Aaron Rodgers, and when I was still on the show there with you guys, I was a Aaron Rodgers faithful. I was a believer. He is washed now. It is over. The ayahuasca is taking control. Yeah. Ayahuasca Aaron is a thing of the past.
Yeah, he's done.
Yep.
Give and his mentor Brett Favre at least had a halfway decent season his final year. His last 2 or 3 seasons have been just horrible performances. Horrible.
Oh yeah.
Well, he got hurt one of them, so he can't.
And it's not going to be. It's not going to be any better in Pittsburgh. I mean, it may be better than they were in New York, but not very much. I don't see them making the playoffs. I mean, it just. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway. Yeah. I'm interested to see what happens there. But
have you looked at who you think's going to be in the Super Bowl?
And I like the pick of Buffalo there. Let me pull up the divisions again. Hang on. Sorry. Let's see. So they're playing in San Francisco this year in the Super Bowl, by the way. Oh, well. So you got Kansas City, Buffalo, the Bengals, and the Ravens are the real contenders. Let's be honest. Out of the AFC. Just because I want them, let's say Buffalo. And in the NFC, the real contenders are going to be the Lions, probably the Eagles, and maybe the Niners. So I'm going to say Eagles. I think it's going to be Bills Eagles. How about that? That's what I'll go with.
Don't count out the Commanders.
Yeah, you know what? I'm a Jaden Daniels fan. I like that kid. Yep. So I hope they're in there. I do. I really do.
See him win it just so Dan Quinn can rub it. And I'm not a Washington fan, but Dan Quinn should have been the coach of the Cowboys, and I just want him to rub it in Jerry's face. Like,
yeah,
you lost another one. You lost Sean Payton. You lost Dan Quinn. I mean, come on, man. Come on.
Yeah. Mike McCarthy and
if Kellen Moore turns out to be any good in New Orleans, that'll be another stab in the heart. I don't see it, but I always knew Dan Quinn was a good one. I always knew Peyton Manning obviously was a good one, and he's going to give the Chiefs a run this year.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not going to win the division, I don't think, but they're going to give them a run.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm really interested we've been looking forward to this for 6 months, right? We can't wait, and here we are, and it's going to be exciting, and I'm looking forward to every game.
Yep, and it kicks off. We're getting ready to get started tomorrow night in the college, and Rose a week from tomorrow, so it's that time of year.
Yeah, we're finally there. I'm excited.
Me too.
As are you, I know.
All right, so if you're joining us for the first time, the name of our show is Faithletic, and our guest host tonight, the one and only Gunslinger, has his own show. Why don't you tell people about what you do and what you're about, and just give us a rundown.
So, Duct Tape Dynasty is my channel over there on the YouTubes, and we're Duct Tape Dynasty Sports. I mean, you just search us up that way. You'll find us on any of the platforms, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. But during the NFL season, we have 7 pickers in my little league, and we pick every single NFL game, and we keep track of stats and all that stuff. And there's a championship trophy that makes its way around. What's that called when you pass the one trophy around? I can't. Yep. So we've got that. We've got a championship trophy. And I mean, it's amazing. 7 people picking every single game. So it's like 280 some picks. I can't remember how many it is per year, but, last year, first, second, and third were separated by 1 game.
Yeah.
First place was on their own, and then second and third were tied after 282 games or something like that. I mean, it was incredible. So, yep. Anyway, every Thursday we go live. We try to get on there an hour before kickoff and finish in time for kickoff. So, check us out if you're interested. It's a good time.
Sounds like fun. So, Faithletic is our show on the YouTube station. It's called Faithletic The Podcast, and we are believers in the gospel. So one of the things that we try to do with every show is end up with some sort of encouragement or stories of faith or hope. And we've been doing that since we started. It's just been a theme of mine, and one I've been very very adamant that we're going to do every show, and even if we're running over, we're still going to do something. And we have shows back for the last, I guess now, looking at 9 years, and we've got shows on Facebook, we've got shows on Twitch, and we have shows on YouTube, and probably in excess of 250 shows combined. Maybe more.
Man.
We've done a bunch. And anyway, this is our kind of, we're mainly, not you're in Gunslinger, because you do, Grand Prix racing and hockey and things.
Oh, yeah, we do everything.
Too much. But our season is football season for Faithletic. And then when we get away from football season, we tend to do more content that is improvement, and we'll have guests on that are not necessarily sports related, and we just try to encourage people. So tonight I thought I had kind of one put together. A good friend of mine is the former CEO of Bluebell Ice Cream. His name is Ricky Dixon, and he wrote a book a while back called One Scoop at a Time. And he goes to church at our church. Did you know that?
Yeah. Yep.
So anyway, the Bible app did a devotional. It's like a 5-day devotional on the book. And
that's cool.
It's called Turning Fear into Faith. And it just has a 5-day really short devotional. But anyway, this is called Lost and Found. And I'll kind of paraphrase some of it, because some of it's kind of long and some of it pertains to the offer. But and I'll just ask you this, Casey. I want to call you Casey. Gunslinger, Josh. You ever lost your keys? You ever lost your phone?
Absolutely.
Yeah. But did you really lose them?
Well, I mean, they eventually got found. Yeah, I just didn't know where they were. Yeah.
Lost and found. But
yeah.
if you lose something and you tell your wife that you lost something, what's the first thing she asks you?
Where'd you leave it?
Where'd you leave them? My answer to that is, if I knew that, I wouldn't be trying to find them now.
Yep, exactly.
That makes no sense. So anyway, it sounds familiar to a lot of us, and we take the same approach when we drift away from God. When life throws us a curveball, we cry out in panic, kind of like we do when we can't find something. Where are you, God? What we fail to see is that God isn't the one who's gone missing. He's right there where we left him. In good time and desperation, God hears your voice. He has promised that he will never leave you. Like a good shepherd who searches everywhere until he finds the one lost sheep that has strayed, Jesus will bring you back to the fold with love and patience that are more than you can comprehend. The question is, have you wandered away? While Jesus is the expert at finding, what he longs for is for you and I to abide and remain in him, which comes from John 15:4. This is the type of close relationship that he asks for constant, and that you to have, and what you've been created for, and that he died on the cross for. Such devotion is nurtured by good communication. When there is a constant flow of conversation about everything from our struggles, questions, and worries to our thankfulness and praise, we always try to abide in Christ, to remain connected to him. It is important for each of us to watch and listen. God wakes us up in the morning, after morning, with incredible sunrises, and then he goes on to display his goodness and mercy throughout each day. The key is to pay attention, to see him working, to hear him speaking, and to keep focusing our hearts on him. So, anyway, thought that was really good, and that kind of goes from Luke 15, I believe, 3 through 7, or 4 through 7. If a man has 100 sheep and one of them gets lost, what will he do? Won't he just leave the 99 others in the wilderness and go search for the one that is lost until he finds it? And when he has found it, he comes joyfully carrying it home on his shoulders. When he arrives, he will call together his friends and neighbors, saying, "Rejoice me, because I have found my lost sheep." That's one of the parables. In fact, my favorite parable probably Jesus tells about, he will leave the 99 to find the one. We are the one.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah.
There's hope out there always. All right. Any
absolutely
parting comments, Mr. Gunslinger?
No, I just thank you for having me back, man. This is awesome. You're gonna have to teach me this video ninja thing that we're doing here eventually.
It's really,
so
I wished I could figure out. I don't know if I'm the one to teach you. I can teach you how to do it from somebody's phone, because I've gotten that to work. And And when we had the multiple guests on that day, actually we've had several guests on that have used it from their laptop. So I know it works from the laptop. I just don't know what was different about it. But we'll
excellent.
We'll get together, and it allows you to and it's free, which I love about it. And
hey, rock and roll.
There's a lot of settings that have to be. If you try to connect this without putting the right settings on, you'll have what we ran into earlier.
Okay.
All right. Well.
All right.
Yep. This is I'm Coach, and I'm with.
The Gunslinger.
Yeah, and we are.
It's going to be Faithletic The Podcast.
Faithletic The Podcast. I didn't even say it with you. Have a good night.
Thanks
for joining us.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you.